Good morning, this is John, host of MGTOW is Freedom. I have the penis. That drives women nuts when you say that to them, because they want to argue that they have the penis and that they're the boss. It has nothing to do with it. I have the penis. Women instinctively know that means you're the fucking boss. This video is brought to you guys by me. I sponsored it. Hypocrisy empowers feminism. Feminism corrupts men and it corrupts women. And I'm going to get to the point on this. You guys are going to fucking love it. Okay? It's going to make some sense to you. Let's start with what little boys do and little girls do. Little boys grow up playing games. Literal games. Sports games. And the games they play are like a war and cops and robbers and cowboys and Indians, where there's specific rules. You get shot, you fall down, right? You score a goal, you get points. You break the rules, there's a penalty. Boys learn to play by the rules of life. Little girls don't play anything with rules. They play social games, where they learn responses to questions and answers and how to talk, and they learn to manipulate people. Boys play by rules, girls learn to manipulate. Facts, facts, facts. I'm not saying that dominates little boys and little girls' lives the whole time. Well, it does. Little boys have rules. When they break the rules, they get a paddling on the ass. When a little girl breaks a rule, she gets a no, 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 you don't do that, you little girl, right? And if she gets a pat, she cries. If you take something from her, she throws a fit. And they get spoiled. And they don't have to play by the rules. Little girls learn. And then it grows into something else. It grows into manipulation of the rules. Right? And feminists have used this to corrupt women by empowering them. And feminists have used these techniques, these social games, to punish men, to punish boys. And they start this indoctrination practice very, very early on in the lives of little people. So by the time you get to your adolescence, your early adulthood, men are severely handicapped because hypocrisy is what empowers feminists. And this is how the fucking game works. There's special rules for girls and there's special rules for boys. The special rules for boys is they can't do what boys do, and the special rules for girls is they can do whatever they want and change the rules as they see fit on a social level. I'm going to share the very earliest example of feminist hypocrisy I have in my life. And it's also the same example where I fought back. I was in 6th grade, 12 years old. And every Thursday, they had jazzercise, which was aerobics to whatever. That was PE, and it drove me fucking nuts. I still, to this day, hate John Cougar Mellencamp because the teacher that did that, that's all she fucking played. And I hated the music, and I hated being forced to jazzercise. I like basketball, football, baseball, man stuff, not that sissified dancing shit. Right? But I was forced to play their fucking game. So instead, I found an out. That out was called detention. An hour before jazzercise, I would get in trouble, cause mayhem in the class, just enough to get my name on the board, get a couple check marks. You got detention. Fuck, I'll write 100 sentences, rather than go to that. Right? Go to that jazzercise. And several other boys followed suit. So every Thursday, there'd be 4, 3, 5 of us in there in detention. And the teacher that put that on, her name was Mrs. Sanchez. And she would have to walk through our classroom to get to the hall, to get to the gym where this was done. Well, one day I'm sitting there and I'm writing sentences. I will stop disrupting class. I'll not make fun of the fat girl. Whatever it was I had done. But I was showing I was a nonconformist. So I'm writing, and all of a sudden I hear, coming from across the room. Oh, Mrs. Sanchez, look at the sentence lovers. Look at the sentence lovers, Mrs. Sanchez. And I just blurted out, shut up, bitch! And it goes without saying that I was hauled to the principal's office and suspended for using profanity. When in fact, what I did was I did not allow the shaming to take place. We were being shamed as boys, and we were being allowed by Mrs. Sanchez, right, to allow a girl to bully us. This is where the hypocrisy comes in. Girls are allowed to bully boys. This is way back in 1982. It still goes on today. The hypocrisy in school, in life, and the professional world, it runs rampant, and it empowers feminists. Because what they claim we can't do, they claim is something they can do by right. Right? They're a girl, so they're entitled to do what they want. They have girl power. But you don't have boy power. What is boy power? The power of our minds and the power of our body. We are told we can't use boy power, but girls are allowed and encouraged to use girl power, which is all the little social tricks they have, and including and up to using boy tricks, intimidation, and bullying. That little bitch, and she's still a fucking bitch to this day, I know it, right? But she was stumped on that one. And from that point forward, by the way, I kept going after her all the way through fucking high school. Anytime she opened her mouth, fucking conged her. Okay? Bitch. It's hypocrisy. And this is the way it works. We are told as boys, as men, that there are rules we have to play by. Just like that little boy that played cops and robbers, played war, right? Running around pretending you're Marines and soldiers and you're bombing people, and, you know, it's what boys do. It's what they used to do. And you had rules. So boys play by rules. When we play basketball, there's fucking rules. And if you don't play by the rules, there's a penalty. And if you don't want to accept the penalty, then the game stops. And boys want the game to continue. We enjoy our sports. We enjoy playing cops and robbers. And so we play by rules. Girls do not give a fuck about rules. To a girl, a rule is an obstacle that needs to be overcome. And hypocrisy is how they do it. So we're told you can't pick on girls. And we go, well, that's the fucking rules. I guess I'll play by it. Because I want to be nice. I want to be accepted. I don't want to be told I'm a bad sport. But girls don't play by that fucking rule. They say no bullying. So boys shut up and go, fuck, I guess that's out the window. Well, it's not as fun to play this game if I can't bully anyone. Right? But the girls, they go, oh, that guy just fucking backed down to that. Girls don't play by fucking rules. So the first thing they'll start doing is bullying. I see this every goddamn day. Every day, girls bully boys. They bully the fuck out of them. And boys just fucking take it. And it empowers the woman. She thinks she's smarter, wittier, more clever. They even think they're physically intimidating. Because boys, men, just go, yeah, I'm not saying nothing. I'll just back the fuck up. You know, it's cool. I don't got to fight this woman, this bitch, you know, this cunt. I'll just shut up. And it empowers the women. It encourages them. Hypocrisy and the results they get because men do not resist them, do not fight back. It encourages them to continue to use hypocrisy and then take the easy path to what they want. Yesterday, I had a fucking woman call me and tell me to do her job. I told her I don't do her fucking job. Right? It's, what do you want me to do? Implying that I should do something. There's always implications. And I said, do your fucking job. Well, I don't know what to do. I said, you better figure it out. Well, tell me what to do. And that's when I take the opportunity to say, I am now going to tell you what to do. And I told her what to do. But that was just an example of how I reverse shit on them. Hypocrisy. you're not allowed to make sexual innuendo to women. That's the social rule, and men try and play by the rules, right? And men, they capitulate. They give in and go, okay, no more sexual innuendo. But then women do it. They do it. They do it to men, and they put men down with it. You know, a guy will say, hey, nice ass, bitch, woo! Right? Shake them titties. Some cat calls and some dirty, lewd comments. That's actually a fucking compliment to that woman from the man. She's like, that's not a compliment. That hurt my feelings. Right? But then they'll say something to a man like, hey, Mr. No Penis. That is not a compliment. That is literally degrading him and putting him down, saying he is less than. While men tend to say to the chick, hey, nice jugs, baby. Right? And they put them up. Now, I don't think men see fat women and shame them. They don't. Men don't just see a fat woman and start shaming them publicly. Or a woman who is less than attractive. And go, man, hey, bitch, you're so fucking ugly you break mirrors. Fuck, you fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. You hideous fucking pig. And you next to her. What do you do? Look at the fucking menu and say okay and eat the whole fucking thing? No wonder people are starving in China, bitch. You're eating all their food. Do you look at them and say that? No. The only time men attack is when they are attacked. When some fat bitch or some ugly bitch, almost always feminists, attack them or make it known that they want a confrontation. And here's where the hypocrisy comes in line again. Women can confront men, and men are expected to not resist, to not fight back. But the game that men play the rules by, women do not. Women think they can attack, and it's okay. Men attack, it's not okay. Women attack, and it's okay. And then you are expected to not fight back. If you attack a woman, right, especially a loudmouth bitch, she is going to fight back verbally with you right away. She's not going to say, oh, I'm not supposed to fight back. I'm not supposed to argue. Okay, the rules are for people to follow, not for feminists to follow. So women that are feminists, that have bought into this game, this social game that involves hypocrisy, which is the trump card to allow them to break the rules and continue to play the game. It empowers them. It teaches them from a very early age, in grade school even, that they can break the rules, benefit by it, and get away with it, and then move on to get more power, more control, more dominance, and more gifts, more money. They get everything they want because they break the rules and they're not called to the fucking carpet on it. Men, this is why I say you have got to start acting like men. Stop apologizing for being a man. Take the battle to them. See what their games are and use them against them. Mrs. Sanchez, look at the sentence lovers. Shut up, bitch! I got a fucking day off of school. It was great. There was a little punishment there, but what did it teach me? Respect yourself. You don't have to take that shit from them. That teacher was teaching the girl to shame boys, and it was fine, by allowing her to talk down to people. That is what feminists, little baby feminists, are taught. And that is what we as men allow big fat feminists and good-looking feminists and ugly feminists to do in our adult lives. They use hypocrisy against us. The rules that apply to us, but not to them. The rules that we play by and never break because we're good followers of the rules, men are, but women are not. We treat them like children and hold them accountable the same way we hold children accountable, which is barely at all. A little slap on the wrist, and I tell you what, I get in trouble all the time. in small ways. I get talked to all the time in small ways. John, you shouldn't say that. John, you got to be careful. John this and John that. Well, John keeps fucking notes on everybody that confronts him. So that when John gets in bigger trouble, John pulls his notes out and goes, well, you know, in the last month I've got 6 instances of that woman saying this to me, that to me, the other to me. There's an accumulation of that. Well, John, why didn't you bring this to our attention? Well, I don't like to complain and make waves. See, I like to play the game nice, and I try and get along with people, but she's been attacking me. So finally, I've had enough. And it has to stop. The bullying has to stop, Mr. Boss, Mr. HR. And so I did say something, and it was probably wrong, but it has to stop. And there's a lot more instances of her doing this to me. Isn't that hypocritical? That I get in trouble and she doesn't, and you bring it up, right? And it shows prejudice on the part of HR, and they can't do that. They get in trouble then. So I play the game very fucking well. I do not give in to them. I'm going to give you the biggest fucking example of the use of hypocrisy to gain power and wealth and prestige and status. Hillary fucking Rodham Cuntum Clinton. No rules apply to that bitch, but she takes every fucking rule and uses it against men. You can't say that. I can't believe he's a sexist. If you don't vote for me because I have a vagina, you're a sexist. They call names, they play every dirty game in the book in politics, and Hillary is the queen of it. She has broken numerous federal laws and admitted to it, perjured herself. Name all the crimes, she's not being held accountable. Why? Because she's the first real presidential candidate that's a woman. We have to give her a break. The Democrats support her because they have so much guilt. They have white guilt, they have sexist guilt, they have penis guilt, they have testicle guilt. Right? They have ancestral guilt because they had a father, and that means that they carry his guilt. Everyone carries guilt, and then they're guilted into following Clinton and voting for her and ignoring all of her fucking rule breaking. She is the queen mother of hypocrisy. And I don't give a fuck what your politics are. I don't care if you're a goddamn communist. I don't care if you're a fucking anarchist. I don't care if you still adhere to the Whig Party's platform, okay? But when you look at what she's actually done, do you accept it and go, yep, she's a fucking criminal, but I'm voting for her anyway? Or do you make excuses for her? Oh, that's okay, she's a woman and we need a woman president and she's not as bad as the other guy. You're excusing the behavior based on the fact that she's a woman. Based on the fact that she's a woman, you're playing into hypocrisy. You've got to see the games for what they are, guys. Put them in their fucking place. Take the battle to them. Men going their own way. Stop playing the fucking game by their rules. It's rigged so that they win. Go your own way. Make your own rules. If you want to follow Sandman's principles, follow Sandman's principles, as long as you accept them as your own. Be independent even of any fucking speaker and his philosophy or his wisdom. Same with me. You may think I'm funny and laugh at some of my shit. You may like some of the ideas, but if they aren't you, tailor them to you. Find success as a man. Find your success. Make headway in your life. Benefit by it for yourself. Be your own man. Go your own way. But above all else, you have got to quit letting these bitches win just because they have vaginas. They don't play by the rules. My sons, both in high school, are fighting on a daily basis with feminism. Not because of me, but because they see it and they fucking hate it. Okay, you can be anything you want now in school. I'm going to make another video on this one. I'll be back. I'll be back. I have the penis. This is John, host of MGTOW is Freedom. I have the penis. The women do not. Too bad, bitches. Take it easy.